Welcome rollers, I'm the Hermit and I hope you're ready to make some stuff disappear, because our commander today is Krang Shredder. For 4 and double Dimir hybrid, we get a 6/7 legendary Utrom Ninja human. Whenever Krang and Shredder enter or attack, each opponent exiles a card from the top of their library until they exile an on-land card. Then we disappear at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may cast a card exiled with Krang and Shredder without paying its mana cost. So in order to get to all of 6 mana, of course we're gonna play some Artifact Ramp, Signet, Dominance, Hostile Heart, Born Power Stone, Key to the Archive. Then we also want to play some artifacts that leave the battlefield, so we have Relic of Progenitus, Soulkite Lantern, Chromatic Sphere, Treasure Map that gives us treasure, and also we are going to play Deus. We can use it to exile something from the graveyard, any graveyard, and we get a Mutagen token. If we sacrifice the Mutagen token, that's gonna trigger Disappear, give us a free card with our commander. We also have a couple of ways to blink our commander, because that counts as a permanent leaving the battlefield. So we have Displacer Kitten, Planar Incision, Essence Flux, and we also have a couple of other creatures that benefit from blinking in Roscoe Clockmaker, Azula, and Ishtola Rule. Ishtola Rule also gives us 2 end steps and a blink, so if we blink one of our value cards or our commander, we get the benefit and the end step with Disappear. And we get 2 of them because we get an additional end step. Then we have some glue tokens. If we play the Mechanist, then we play any of our non-creatures. We get a clue token, which we can sacrifice for 2 mana to draw a card and obviously trigger Disappear. The rest of the deck is going to consist of Card Advantage, Saros Ransom, Brain Surge, Pool Resources, Dig Through Time, some interaction, discard spells, Inquisition, Mind Spike, counter spells like regular counter spell, Tail Send, Wash Away, and a little bit of both in Drowning the Log, some removals like Bitter Triumph, Feed the Cycle, Bloodchief's Thirst, and Feral Push, Dismember. A couple of rats, Toxic Deluge, Day of the Black Sun, and Damnation. Also, notably, if we want to trigger Disappear, we can use our Evoke Elementals, Subtlety, and Grief. We play them for free. Even if we waste the effect, we trigger Disappear right away. So, since we also want to play some fetch lands, so that we can sacrifice them, trigger Disappear, we get Crucible of Wars to replay them, and we play Brain Surge, Jace the Mind Sculptor, as well as Brainstorm to get some value out of fetching. So that's the deck. Now let's head into the queue, steal some of our opponent's cards, and make their life total disappear. Undercity Sewers. Okay, we are against Hey-Bye. This Desert is good, but I think we need more desperately the mana here. Let's play the Sphere. Sanctum Weaver. I think if we can... Well, if they don't play a threat, we might go for Tesseract, minus for a land, artifact land. They play a threat, so... But maybe we still go for it.
You're inferior in every possible way. Ah, just what I needed. Mana still obeys me here. There is no system I can't improve.
I think we need to round some. And yeah, it's kind of a prey situation for us. And they have Soul Herder, so they are going to blink their Summon Fenrir.
Enjoy your win.
So here, if we get the land, next turn we're going to... If we win or we stay on the game, it's going to depend on what we hit with Krang and Shredder. We just need to remember to crack either the Chromatic Sphere or the Chromatic Star beforehand. Demolition Field and Roscoe. Temporal manipulation. Okay, let's wait a little. Yeah, I'm afraid they're gonna have a counter spell here. So it's going to depend on whether we resolve Krang or not. Really, does that kill us? I think it does. GG's. Yeah, they attack for 7, this grows, they attack for 8. GG's. Graphene. Okay. It took a little to find the match, so we get in the hell queue. That's not ideal. I guess we play Psychic Frog here. Toxic Deluge, X1. Seems like they have Force of Negation. Maybe? I guess it could also be a subtlety that they had the priority, but obviously it made no sense to cast that Yawgmoth for opponent. Okay, so we have enough mana to play Mechanist, Wash Away. Wash Away on Rafin, and maybe Tails on something else. Flare of the Nile. Okay. Let's Tails and Rafin, their fetch land, and keep up Wash Away for Rafin. Do you have it or not, opponent? Seems like the answer is no. Which fetch here? Get their enchanter just as a blocker. An opponent should be thinking about playing Rafin here, hopefully, so they run into our Wash Away. They dig through time. They are not insta-keeping removal, so that's encouraging, I think. They are weighing some options. Okay. Preordain. Let's deduce here. Ooh, and we get a fetch. For combat. Down in the log. And I guess we might as well dismember here. Day of the Black Sun can be useful, I think. So we put that on top. And because the way it's worded, we can just pay even X equal 5 and we get to keep Krang and Shredder, but maybe we just X3. So we even keep Witch Enchanter. And I guess that's lethal. Unless our opponent has another... Well, I guess it would be Force of Negation this time. GG's. Yep, and we even have Dothy Walker. If they use the swords on Krang and Shredder, we get to use it later, probably on Drafin. GG's. We take those. Dark Faden. Oh, that's annoying because we play a decent amount of artifacts. But since we don't have any here... Inquisition is a good one. Memory lapse. Sure. If they play Dark Faden, we will thirst it, I think. And surprisingly, I guess they had their Spell Pierce in the deck, so Black Market Connection resolves.
A little looting never hurt.
Kick. Force of Negation. Okay.
I overheard some juicy gossip.
Yeah, that currency converter is going to be annoying.
Rude.
Attack and player commander. Sonalty. We mana leak that. Just 2 damage to a creature, decline. And here with Black Market Connections, we are happy losing 1 life, getting treasures, so we can sacrifice them.
Information's almost as good as money.
An extra turn, kind of boring, but what are you gonna do?
Isn't the unknown exciting?
And they already used, well, discarded another one, so... Snowborn Simulacra. Still Inquisition. They take Collector's Vault. Think we ransom here. Depending on what they give us, we might full swing attack, which means it will die. Okay. That does nothing for us, unfortunately.
You're tougher than you look.
We exile the graveyard and get a clue.
A little looting never hurts.
Shadow of the Second Sun. Okay, I think we can concede to that rift there. GG's. Yeah, they're gonna have all the cards they need with Shadow and our connection, well, their copy of connections, so that's not gonna be fun. Elves with Markant. Markant's Eyes. Okay, I think we can hold off on cracking our fetch pretty much indefinitely. Abomination of Llanowar. Yep, and this counts as an elf, so Damnation, and I guess our opponent can rebuild. But we have Drown in the Log. Okay. Nisa, yep, that's gonna get countered. And let's see what we still hear. Oops. Where's we don't want that. We need a rat here, so let's see if we have it. Even Day of the Black Sun for 0 can work. Okay, let's get the dig here. Yep, I'm afraid we lose because of that. Yep, GG's. Guess I should have tried to guess that our opponent was putting the wrath in the one pile, so GG's. Graf and Leon. Maybe with Dark Ritual Tesseret. That could be fun.
I take what I need. Your end is near.
Well done.
You'll have to do better than that.
Okay, they concede to Roscoe. We were going to make more Ethereum cells, also known as legally distinct treasures. And then maybe use our opponent, get some mutagens. So yeah, GG's. Okay, let's try this one. Casmina, they might be super friends with extra turns because the ultimate just gets you one for free. But I guess we will find out. And burgeoning means they will play their commander next turn, which I'm not looking forward to. Narset, Barter of Bales.
The past, present, and future. I have just the trick for this.
So let's see if they go for the Nissa they showed earlier or their commander. They'll send that. Otherwise, I'm not sure what we do. Okay, Nissa. I kind of want to sacrifice this here because we know they're not gonna let us draw another card with Narset. So let's go for that.
A new power rises in this system. Every piece grants me power.
Try to
Mana still obeys
tell our
me.
opponent we have a wash away. But I don't think Nissa who shakes the world.
Witness the ties that bind us all.
Yeah, that's gonna keep the threat, unfortunately.
My ascension continues elsewhere.
Let's play Jace and bounce their land. And we'll see what happens with Krang and Shredder. Obviously, I think Jace is going to die here.
Harness the elements.
I will give you all the time I can. Must not
Okay, eaten by
get
piranhas.
permission.
Not what I wanted to see. But they don't take it, so that might be even worse. Deceive the messenger. Okay, yep. We can see it here. They're going to proliferate. They have 8 loyalty, so they can get an extra turn, and extra turns are actually really great with planeswalkers. So GG's. The rascals that storm off. Guess we went down in the log at some point. Flame Raider for opponent. Retails in that. And I think we can kill the Flame Raider and play Relic. More ramp for opponent. And the Ral. Actually, Ral is going to be annoying.
Laugh all you want. I'm still the master of light. You get to be my protege today.
Dark Ritual. Okay. Keep out the back. Not worth it, I think.
Oh yeah, plan's coming together. I have a plan.
Those are elementals. Yeah, Thunderflock is not great for us.
Aha! A solution!
Mirror form. Dealing. And copy out creature to control. Actually, I guess they are going to have Storm now with Ral, so GG's. Yeah, they did have an activated Ral, and now they can ultimate. Michelangelo and Leonardo as partners. Are we considering delusion for one? Maybe. Territorial cap. I'll push. That's fine by us. Academy of the Silk Shoots. So it's just good stuff, I think. Maybe we should get one of the Capenalans here. We get a Mind Spike. Look at our opponent's hand. Guess we take the first spike then. Deluge equals 5. So if they go for their commander here, okay, Mother of Runes, that might be okay. But that will also mean they reanimate. Yep. Let's grief. We see a land. We take Mikey and Leo. Yeah, I guess if they play Leonardo, we might be in trouble. Yeah, here they can buff. I guess trample, lifelink, menace. And they also have protection. So maybe we try to force the protection out of them. Okay, Flash is actually annoying, but it seems they are missing one white to recast it. Alright. Stola rule. And GG's. Yep, I think we needed to order some triggers in order to maximize what we get. But we are cheating 2 cards at the very least, I think. So GG's. Oh. Against the bear. Do you want to grieve them? Yeah, let's grieve them here. Llanowar Provisioner, Flare of the Nile. The Provisioner can give them food, which is all they want with their commander. So. And I guess opponent could have played that one differently since they had their Tapland turn 1. They could have played their many partings, land, get a forest, and play their elves in one turn. Then all of their other lands would enter untapped, including their village. I guess the Snarl wouldn't, but that's okay, I guess. Okay, let's play Key to the Archive. If they get a blue fish here, I guess we might want to play Azula with counterspell backup. Ooh, and it seems like they got a big guy. Okay, Sea Dasher Octopus, not a big guy. Okay, thank you, land. Let's play Azula. Okay, we get many partings and land over elves. Their commander has hexproof no more. And they also didn't get another food here. But like I said, if they have a big guy here, that one is okay. That one is not as good. Tough cookie. Then Precious Great Shark. And another octopus. Yeah, they are getting all the card advantage in the world. We are getting none of it. $27. That's not great. Yeah, they have 4 food. So 4 free creatures. Even though they might not be the best, they are still good. Oh, it's a hal. Yep, that is our nightmare. Okay, GG's. Yeah, they bounce our Istola, so we don't get any triggers. GG's. And they can't. And the robot aggro. Guess we take the card that can take our commander. Let's get a clue. So we don't have removal for the synthesizer. But we might be okay as long as they don't have a big artifact. Landlord Navigator. Let's get it. Okay. We might give them 1 speed, I think. But as long as they don't get the map, we are happy with that trade. Perilous Nair? I don't think so. Thank you, Dedus. Ooh, Thousand Moon Smithy. And I guess they will destroy it. Well, they might destroy their gnome. The gnome token here. They are getting the 6/6s now. think we might attack here. We don't want that. If image was not good enough. And it seems a light and tour will have to do. Okay, what do they get with Cloud? Grapes. So, they are forcing us to jump here. Yeah, and then they can kill us with their commander. GG's. Actually, it was lethal, it seems. Maybe. No, it was one short of lethal, but still. Yeah, we needed something better from their deck, unfortunately. And that's gonna be it for today, and I have to admit, this deck didn't perform pretty well. And I think the main reason is you kinda have to balance a couple of things, too many plates, as it were. On one hand, you need to control the board so you can attack with your commander. On the other, you want to have disappear, so you need to trigger it some way. And on the final, and probably the most damning part, is you need to have good cards from your opponent's deck. And since you cannot control that, they get to give you whatever they have on top. They can give you cards that do nothing, like we saw in the Dark Faden match. We have some removal and some animate for an artifact that does nothing for us, especially at the end of turn. And then if you happen to have all of those things, I guess if your opponent has good cards, then it's probably likely that either you don't get to resolve your commander or they have a way to remove it really quick. So yeah, kind of disappointed on this one, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I was thinking about the way I built this wrong, but yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this one. Definitely on the fail category, but I think it's worth showcasing just how some of the decks, some of the new commanders happen to not work out. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'm the Hermit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.